What's up everyone, welcome back to Lace-Up Channel. My name is Mickey. In today's video, I'm going to give you everything you need to know about allocations. Now, I, for the longest time, struggled to understand what an allocation was. And it wasn't until a couple months ago, after having closed one of the biggest deals in Lace-Up's history, that I finally came to the realization about how it works. So in this video, I'm going to talk to you about what is an allocation, how it works, what is an actual use case, and what are the differences between allocating and committing. Anyways, let's get right into it. So what is an allocation? An allocation is anytime you allocate a very specific product from one of your vendors to a customer. Now I know that sounds simple. Bear with me for a minute. Let's say, for example, a customer puts in a sales order with your company. And let's say that your company is dedicated to building garage doors. Okay? Customer calls you, I need a garage door that's 16 feet by 7. Well, that's a very specific request, right? Normally, anytime you do product allocations, what you will do in that scenario, you will take that order, you'll put it into your system, and then you will put in a purchase order for your vendor. But this isn't just any purchase order. It's a specific purchase order to a vendor that manufactures those garage doors and can make the garage door to that exact specification. So at this point, you've married the sales order from the customer to the purchase order from the vendor. So now that the purchase order and the sales order are married, at some point your vendor is going to send you that product to your warehouse. When you go to receive that purchase order, because it's already married to the sales order from that customer, you're going to tag that product and you're going to put it away. Now the beautiful thing about allocations is that that garage door is now allocated to that order. So when it's finally time to pick the order for the customer, the system that you're using for the allocation should redirect you to the bin in the warehouse that has that specific product. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. Product that's allocated is brought into the warehouse and it's allocated to a very specific job or customer. Now, what that ensures is if you have a sales team and they're all selling the same type of garage doors, when your sales team goes and looks for that type of product in your warehouse, the system's going to say that you don't have any available even though you have one in the warehouse. That's because that one is allocated to that customer. So now I want to talk about unallocating. Unallocating means that you have a product allocated to an order, but for some reason your customer cancels the order and you want to liberate that product from the order to be able to consume it by any other order put in by you or your sales reps. So this unallocating process is quite simple. In your ERP, in your WMS, in whatever system you're using, you should have a button that allows you to unallocate the purchase order line item from the sales order line item, liberate the item, and increase your inventory available. So now we've talked about what is an allocation, how does it work, and the use case of the garage doors. But at this point, you're like, well, how does this apply to me, Mickey? Well, honestly, almost every single distributor that I work with in some respect allocates or reserves or commits product to an order. But there's a big distinction between committing and allocating. Committing to me means that you've got 100 available, and every time a sales order comes in, that 100 availability decreases by the amount on that sales order. So if you have 5 sales orders for 10 apiece, you've got 100 available. That means after those sales orders are registered, you now have 50 available. But the difference between committing and allocating is that in a commitment, you don't know which of the 50 are the ones going on those sales orders. Whereas with an allocation, you have a very specific, very particular unit case garage door product that's going on that order, and you know the whereabouts of that product in your warehouse, so you can go pick the exact unit, put it on a truck, put it on a delivery, send it via UPS to the customer. So I hope that makes sense. Committing is simply decreasing your available inventory. Allocating is associating a very specific each case product, whatever you want to call it, to a sales order customer. Anyways, I hope that made sense. Allocating is super important when you want to track the whereabouts of a product, when you want to make sure that a certain customer gets a certain product, and when you want to receive a product in from a vendor and associate that product to specific customer sales orders. If you enjoyed that video, go down below, give me a thumbs up, give me a subscribe, and I look forward to seeing you next video. Take care.